Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to Numeriq Learning. So today we will be revising class 9th polynomials because almost all the students have got midterm exams coming up, and we will be revising in a quick within 10 or 15 minutes as much as possible in today's video, and then we will continue in the next. Okay, so today the topic will be polynomials. Let us begin. So the very first thing, if you must be knowing, what is a polynomial? A polynomial is nothing but it is a form of algebraic expression. Okay, it's a form of algebraic expression wherein you have your variable power is always a whole number. So if you have a variable, all the variable, the power is supposed to be a whole number. Okay, so what do you mean by polynomial? It is a special form of algebraic expression in which variable has whole number as its power. So whenever you have if you have a whole number as the power of a variable, then that algebraic expression is called as polynomial. For example, let me give you a couple of examples. Say 3x minus 4y plus 2. Okay, so is this a polynomial or not? So if you see the power of x, it's 1, the power of y is 1, right? So therefore all the variables have got whole number as its power, therefore it is a polynomial. Okay, suppose you have x cube. Is it a polynomial? Yes, it is a polynomial. Next, suppose I am giving you a number, say x to the power 1 by 2 minus y to the power 3 by 2 plus t to the power 4. Okay, so I'm telling you this is an algebraic expression. Is it a polynomial or not? See, look at the power of the variable. It is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is not a whole number. 3 by 2 is not a whole number, right? Therefore, this algebraic expression is not a polynomial. Okay, so this entire chapter we will be having algebraic expressions which will be polynomials, in the sense all the variables will have whole number as the power. Okay, so in today the very first question that we can do is to identify whether the given expressions are polynomials. Okay, so this is the first thing. Identify which of the following are polynomials. The very first question is 4 by x minus 3. That's your question. So what is 1 by x? 1 by x is nothing but x to the power minus 1, right? What is 1 by x square? When you take the term to the numerator, it becomes x to the power minus 2. What is 1 by x cube? It is nothing but x to the power minus 3, right? So what is 4 by x? 4 by x is nothing but 4. When you take x to the numerator, it will become x to the power minus 1, minus 3. Now look at the power of the variable. Where is the variable here? X is the variable. And look at the power. Power is minus 1. Is minus 1 a whole number? No. No, it's not a whole number. Whole number always begins from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3 and goes on. Okay. So here, therefore, this is not a polynomial. Not a polynomial. Right? Let's see the next question. 0. What about 0? Is it a polynomial or not? Okay. Let me tell you. So 0, anything multiplied by 0 is still 0, right? So I can write 0 into x to the power 1. I can write x to the power 2. 0 into x to the power 3. Anything is 0. So this is a polynomial. Okay. This is a polynomial. The third question. 3x minus t. Now look at the powers of the variable. So if you see, 3x is nothing but 3x to the power 1 minus t to the power 1. Yes, it is a polynomial. It's a polynomial. Okay. The fourth question. What about 4 root x minus 3y plus 4x. Is this a polynomial? So if you can, what is square root of x can be written as 4 into x to the power 1 by 2, right? Minus 3y plus 4x, isn't it? So here if you see this power, right? X to the power 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is not a whole number. Therefore, it is not a polynomial. Okay. Next one. Fifth one. Now this is a question for you to do. It's a homework question. Okay. 16x cube minus 14y to the power minus 3. And the homework is you have to just look at this and comment if what the answer is. Comment. Okay. Whether this particular question, okay, 16x cube minus 14y to the power minus 3, is it a polynomial or not? All of you, whoever is seeing this video and you are in class 9th revising the portions, please do comment and I will check it. Okay. So let's move on to the next topic. You can pause the video, make a note of it. Okay. The next one is, what is the general form of a polynomial? Let me write it for you. General form of a polynomial. Okay. General form of a polynomial is nothing but, so if a polynomial has a variable x, then you can write the polynomial as p of x is equal to ax plus b. Okay, this is the general form of a polynomial, right? Now, suppose you have your p of x is equal to minus 5x cube plus 3x square plus x minus 2. Okay, let us see a set of questions from this particular polynomial. Okay, the first question is this a polynomial? Is this a polynomial? See, if you see the powers of all the variable, all of these are whole numbers, right? X to the power 3. 3 is a whole number. 2 is a whole number. 1. So, yes, it is a polynomial. Is this a polynomial? Yes, it is. Okay. The next question. What is the coefficient of x cube? What is the coefficient of the next question is x square. What is the coefficient of x and what is the constant term? What is the constant term? And then what is the degree of the polynomial? I'm going to write it here. What is the degree of this polynomial? Okay. So what is the coefficient of x cube? What is along with x cube? It is minus 5, right? This is the coefficient of x cube. The number which is including the sign, the number along with x cube, that's the coefficient. So the answer is, what is the answer? For this, it is minus 5. What is the coefficient of x square? Include the sign as well. So the coefficient of x square is 3. What is the coefficient of, it's 3 here. Okay. What is the coefficient of x plus 1? Coefficient of x is just 1. And what is the constant term here? The last one. It is minus 2. Right? Minus 2. And what is the degree of a polynomial? Degree is nothing but, degree refers to the highest power of the variable that is available. Highest power of the variable. Highest power of the variable. Okay. So what is the highest power of the variable? Only x is the only variable that is creating this p of polynomial. So what is the highest power of x? 3. So the degree of this polynomial is 3. Right? So from a given question, from a given polynomial, you will be able to answer all of these. Right? Is this a polynomial? Yes or no? Look at the powers of the variables. If they are all whole numbers, yes, it is a polynomial. What are the coefficients of x cube, x square, x, and this is a constant term. Yeah, and what is the degree of the polynomial? Degree always refers to the highest power of the variable. So that is 3. Right? Okay. Now can we do a questions with respect to the degree of the polynomial? Okay. So you have to find the degree of the given polynomials. Okay. The first one, find the degree. Okay. The question is 4t square plus 1 by 7t plus 2 root 3. What is the degree of the polynomial? Look at the powers of the variable. Here the variable power is 1, here it is 2, right? The variable is t, it is p of t here. So what is the highest power? Highest power is 2. So the degree is here. So let me write it here. The degree of this polynomial is 2. Okay, let's go to the second question. 1 minus root 5x. What is the degree of this polynomial? If you check, x is the variable. Look at the power of the variable. This is the only term wherein you have variable. The power is 1. So highest power is 1. So therefore the degree is equal to 1. Right? Now one other very important question is 6 root x plus x to the power 3 by 2 by root x. Now this is very important. I am going to mark it as an important question. Why? Because this question might not look like, a polynomial at first sight, because here you have x to the power 1 by 2, x to the power 1 by 2, x to the power 3 by 2. So you might say, no, this is not even a polynomial. Then how would I find the degree? But then in such cases, what you have to do is you have to solve it. Okay, so let us go ahead and solve this question. Split it up, x root x by root x plus the second term, x to the power 3 by 2 by root x. You are going to split the root x denominator in both the terms in the numerator. Root x gets cancelled. So the first term is 6 plus, okay, x to the power 3 by 2 by root x is nothing but x to the power 1 by 2. Isn't it? So this would become 6 plus, whenever you have x to the power a by x to the power b, it's nothing but x to the power a minus b. Okay, so this is nothing but x to the power 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. What is 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2? LCM is 2, 2 by 2, which is 1, isn't it? So it is nothing but 6 plus x to the power 1. Now you tell me what is the degree of this polynomial. The degree is 1. And how did you get to 1? Because you solved it, right? You solved this expression rather than by looking at it. You are not supposed to be, you will not be able to say unless you solve it. You have to simplify and solve wherever possible before finalizing on what would be the degree of this polynomial. Okay, so today let us quickly revise what we saw. Okay, so we just started revising the polynomials unit. Okay, so polynomial is nothing but whenever you have the power of the variable is a whole number, then it is a polynomial. If it is not a whole number, then even if one of the variable does not have the power as a whole number, then it is not a polynomial. Okay, and then, so this is to identify, you will have to check for the power, and even if one term does not have the power of the variable as a whole number, then it's not a polynomial. And then we saw a couple of things, wherein first one is whether to check it's a polynomial or not, and then to find and extract the coefficients of x, x square and x cube term, the constant term, and the highest power, which is called the degree of the polynomial. And we solved a couple of questions. So these are the kinds of questions that you can expect for 1 mark in your exams. Okay, so I hope from today, we have just started revising. Please do comment if you understood. If you like this video, please do share it with your friends. Hope to see you in the next video, and we will continue polynomials revision from here on. Thank you. Do subscribe and please do comment and like. Thank you.